Catch the Moon by Judith Ortiz Cofer. Puerto Rican-American author Judith Ortiz Cofer was an author of poetry, fiction, and essays that especially delivered into aspects of intercultural lives in which life and family transcend languages and national borders. She wrote a number of short stories featuring teenage protagonists and perspectives, including Catch the Moon. The protagonist, Luis, is a troubled kid who can usually be found pulling stunts or taking bets by breaking into places without getting caught. Along with his friends in the barrio, they made a social club called the Tiburones, or Sharks. Luis is witty and uses his quick thinking to get out of problems at school, and usually tries to evade his father as well. After spending 6 months in juvenile hall, Luis is required to work with his father in his car junkyard. Jorge Clintron is a hard-working father who lost his wife just 3 years ago from cancer. He now cares for Luis alone and wants to see him do something with his life. Luis and his father often bump heads as they usually do not see eye to eye when thinking of what's best for Luis. Naomi Ramirez is a young Dominican girl who stops by the junkyard in search of a new hubcap for her vintage Volkswagen Bug. Her beauty, kindness, and respect catch Luis's eye. Sadly, the father and son are reminded of who she is when she states that her mother runs the funeral home that Luis's mother was at after her death. Luis searches for the hubcap, but is unsuccessful in finding it. His father attempts to bond with him and give him advice on life, but Luis brushes it off. Later on, after working all day, Luis goes for a ride and stops by the funeral home. While there, Luis reminisces on the days his mother had been alive. She never let him forget how proud she was of him. He began to tear up and stated, "Mommy, I miss you." Naomi was watching him from her window and humored Luis with a drawing of him at the junkyard. He soon went back to the junkyard and works to find the hubcap. He slowly learns to appreciate working hard and how it can take your mind off of other stress. He finally finds the one and organizes all the other hubcaps as well. He returns to the funeral home and for the first time in a while, gives anything good to anyone.